Did you know that 40% of project management tasks could be automated by AI in the next 5 years? I was sitting in a meeting last week when the VP of technology casually mentioned, "We're implementing AI tools that will eliminate the need for half of our project coordinators." He didn't quite sound like that, but the room went silent. That's when I realised that AI revolution isn't coming for project managers, it's already here. But here's the truth that most people won't tell you. This isn't the end of project management. It's just a complete reinvention of what project management is and what makes a great project manager. And those who master the skills that I'm about to share with you won't just survive the AI revolution, they'll be able to thrive like never before. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 3 critical human skills AI simply cannot replicate that will make you irreplaceable as a project manager, a practical framework for partnering with AI instead of competing against it, and real examples of project managers who transformed their careers by adapting to the AI revolution. But before we dive in, I do need to ask, are you the project manager who's always just finishing up while everyone has already headed home? I spent years missing family dinners to update stakeholder reports and draft emails for the next day. That all changed when I developed a framework that lets AI handle the repetitive, time-consuming admin work involved with project management. That's why I created the AI for Project Managers system. And unlike basic ChatGPT tricks and prompts you may pick up, this framework transforms how you manage projects while giving you back your most valuable resources, your time and your energy. You can be implementing your first time-saving automation within 5 minutes of joining. Now, if you are interested in that, I will leave a link in the description down below. But for now, let's dive into these 3 important AI-proof project management skills. Let me tell you how I learned this the hard way and why ignoring these changes nearly cost me my career. 2 years ago, I was managing a high-profile software implementation. I'd spent weeks creating beautiful Gantt charts, detailed risk matrices, and comprehensive stakeholder communication plans. I was proud of my work until the CEO pulled me aside. "This is all great," he said, gesturing at my meticulously crafted documents. "But an AI tool could generate all of these in seconds now. What I really need from you is something different." That conversation was a huge wake-up call. The tactical work I'd been spending 80% of my time on was becoming automated, but the truly valuable aspects of my role were the things I'd been giving the least attention. Let me show you what I discovered and how it completely transformed my approach to project management. Skill that you need to master, number 1, emotional intelligence, which is your human superpower. Imagine this scenario. You're leading a critical project status meeting. The engineering lead reports that they are on schedule, but their voice slightly wavers, their posture is tense, and they avoid eye contact when discussing the upcoming milestone. Now, an AI might analyze the transcript and note engineering reports on schedule, but you, as a human project manager, sense something isn't right. You pull the lead aside after the meeting and discover that they are facing a major technical obstacle that they were afraid to bring up in front of executives. This is emotional intelligence in action, and it's potentially saved your project from disaster. Let me share a real example from my own experience. I was managing a product launch where the marketing team kept reporting everything was fine, despite repeatedly missing small deadlines. The data looked okay on paper, but I noticed that their usual enthusiasm was missing in meetings. So by creating a safe space for us to discuss the challenges, I discovered that they were struggling with unclear requirements, but were afraid to speak up. We addressed the underlying issues and turned what could have been a failed launch into a success, something no AI could have accomplished. To develop your emotional intelligence, practice active listening by focusing on tone, not just words. Pay attention to non-verbal cues like posture, facial expressions, and energy levels. Create psychological safety where team members can voice concerns without fear. And regularly check in one on one with key stakeholders, being sure to ask open ended questions. While AI can analyze sentiment in text, it cannot truly understand the complex human dynamics in a project team, making your emotional intelligence an invaluable asset. Behavior and skill to master number 2: strategic thinking and creative problem solving. Think of AI as a powerful calculator. It can process vast amounts of data and identify patterns, but it cannot understand the why behind a project or innovate truly original solutions to complex challenges. Here's a metaphor. If project management were cooking, AI would be excellent at following recipes, even combining recipes in interesting ways. But it takes a human chef to invent a completely new dish that considers not just flavors, but the emotional experience of the diners, the cultural context, and creative inspiration, as just some examples. So, by stepping back and thinking strategically, we can create a hybrid approach that preserves the human knowledge while enhancing it with automation. This requires an understanding of the big picture in a way that AI simply couldn't on its own. So, to strengthen your strategic thinking, regularly ask why questions about project goals and approach. Look for connections between seemingly unrelated challenges. Practice reframing problems from different perspectives. Allocate time for creative thinking and don't fill your calendar with back to back meetings. And study business strategy beyond just project management. In the AI era, your value isn't in creating the perfect project plan, it's in asking the right questions about whether we're solving the right problems in the first place. Skill to master number 3: relationship building and influencing. Projects don't fail because of technical problems, they fail because of people problems. And while AI can optimize schedules and resources, it cannot build genuine relationships or navigate organizational policies. Consider this scenario. Your project requires resources from a department that has historically been resistant to change. An AI can tell you that this represents a risk, but it cannot meet that department heads or team members for coffee, understand their perspective, find common ground, and build the trust necessary to move forward. I once inherited a troubled project that was technically on track, but emotionally derailed. The previous project manager had managed everything by the book, but had alienated key stakeholders by focusing only on metrics and deadlines. By investing time in rebuilding those relationships, understanding their concerns, addressing past frustrations, and creating shared goals, we were able to turn the project around. So, to enhance your relationship building skills, map your stakeholder network beyond formal reporting structures. Invest time in understanding personal and departmental motivations. Learn to communicate differently based on individual preferences and priorities. Build social capital before you need to use it, and practice genuine curiosity about others' perspectives. Remember, in a world where AI can generate perfect documentation, your ability to unite people behind a common vision becomes your greatest asset. Now that we've explored these 3 irreplaceable skills, let's discuss how to practically integrate them with AI tools to become an unstoppable project manager. I've developed what I call the Human AI Partnership Framework. Firstly, delegate. You need to identify routine data heavy tasks that AI can handle better than you can. Things like scheduling, basic reporting, documentation drafts, and data analysis, as some such examples. Secondly, elevate. Consciously reallocate your time to high value human activities such as relationship building, strategic thinking, emotional support for the team. Again, just as some examples. Then integrate. Use AI outputs as a starting point, then apply your human expertise to refine and contextualize further. Lastly, don't forget to innovate. Continuously experiment with new ways to combine AI capabilities with your human skills. This isn't about competing with AI, it's about creating a partnership where each contributes their strengths. For example, with the right prompt engineering, which I explain in detail in the course, link in the description, I now use AI to draft my initial project plans and risk assessments. This takes me minutes instead of hours, but then I apply my human judgment to refine that plan based on what I know about the team dynamics, organizational history, and strategic context. The result, I'm delivering higher quality work in less time while focusing my energy on the human elements that truly drive project success. The truth is, the AI revolution isn't something to fear. It's an opportunity to evolve into a more impactful project manager by focusing on what makes us uniquely human. If you're ready to thrive in this new era, be sure to check out my AI for Project Managers training system using the link in the description. Other than that, I wish you all of the best. And remember, in the battle between human and artificial intelligence, the winner will be those who create an unbeatable partnership between both.